When the next crisis strikes, survival won't come down to just the basics. Sure, food and water are essential, but the real game changers, they're the tools no one's talking about. While the masses rush to grab the same emergency kits and canned goods, the truly prepared know that staying ahead means thinking outside the box. In this video, we're diving into 7 unexpected products that could mean the difference between barely scraping by and staying in control when chaos hits. These aren't your typical survival items. They're clever, versatile, and often hiding in plain sight. From power outages to supply chain breakdowns, these tools are designed to keep you ready for anything. Don't wait until it's too late to discover what you're missing. Hit that like button, subscribe, and stick around, because when the next crisis comes knocking, you'll want these products in your corner. Let's get started. 1. The water purification powerhouse, calcium hypochlorite. When it comes to survival, water is non-negotiable. Yet, in a crisis, clean drinking water can quickly become a scarce resource. While most people stockpile bottled water or rely on short-term solutions like water filters, seasoned preppers know there's a more efficient, long-lasting, and space-saving option: calcium hypochlorite, commonly known as pool shock. It might sound unconventional, but this humble pool supply aisle staple could be the most valuable item in your survival arsenal. Calcium hypochlorite is a powdered form of chlorine primarily used to sanitize swimming pools. However, its real magic lies in its ability to create bleach on demand, which can then be used to disinfect drinking water. Unlike household bleach, which loses its potency after 6 months, calcium hypochlorite remains stable for years when stored properly. A single 1-pound bag can purify over 10,000 gallons of water, making it an incredibly efficient solution for long-term water safety. In a disaster scenario, water systems are often the first to fail. Municipal supplies can become contaminated, bottled water disappears from store shelves in hours, and boiling water becomes a time-consuming and resource-draining task. With calcium hypochlorite, you can quickly and quietly create gallons of safe, drinkable water, ensuring you stay ahead of the curve while others scramble for dwindling resources. However, there's a critical detail to keep in mind: not all pool shock is created equal. You need to choose calcium hypochlorite with 99% purity and no added algicides or fungicides, as these additives can be toxic. Always read the label carefully, store it in a sealed container, and follow proper dilution instructions. To use it, first mix a stock chlorine solution by combining 1 part pool shock with 100 parts water. Then add a few drops of this solution per liter of drinking water. For added preparedness, print out the mixing ratios and keep them in your emergency binder. In a high-stress situation, you won't want to rely on memory. This $5 investment could be the difference between dehydration and survival when the next crisis hits. 2. Silent defenders, pest control essentials. When people think about survival, their minds often jump to food, water, and shelter. But there's a hidden threat that can wreak havoc on your carefully laid plans: pests. Rodents, cockroaches, ants, and other unwelcome critters can turn a manageable situation into a nightmare, especially during prolonged emergency. While they might not be on your checklist, pest control tools are an absolute must-have for any serious prepper. In a crisis, pest infestations can escalate rapidly. Garbage collection slows or stops entirely, sewer systems overflow, and the food you've stored becomes an irresistible target. Rats chew through bags, wiring, and even plastic containers, while cockroaches multiply at alarming rates. Ants can infiltrate your sugar, grains, and even medication. And let's not forget the diseases pests carry: leptospirosis from rodent urine, asthma and allergies triggered by cockroaches, and food contamination from ants. The problem is, once an infestation starts, it's incredibly difficult to control, especially when resources are limited. That's why it's crucial to include pest control tools in your survival kit. Glue traps are excellent for catching cockroaches, spiders, and small rodents. Snap traps or electronic traps are ideal for larger pests, like rats, offering a reusable and efficient solution. Bait stations are perfect for hard-to-reach areas like attics, under furniture, and storage spaces. To stay ahead of the problem, place traps in areas where food is stored, trash accumulates, and near entry points like doors and vents. Check them regularly to ensure they're effective. And don't forget to include pest control supplies in your go bag or bug out location. Vacant shelters or cabins can quickly become overrun, turning a safe haven into a health hazard. In a survival situation, pests don't just threaten your comfort, they threaten your health, your food supply, and your gear. A small investment in pest control now can save you from massive headaches later. Because when the next crisis hits, Pests won't care how prepared you are, they'll just see an opportunity. 3. The unsung heroes of shelter: tarp clamps and zip ties. In any survival scenario, shelter is second only to water in importance, but having a tarp or a makeshift shelter isn't enough. It's how you secure it that truly matters. That's where two of the most underrated tools come into play: tarp clamps and heavy-duty zip ties. These simple, inexpensive items can make all the difference when it comes to staying safe, dry, and secure. Most people include tarps in their emergency kits, and for good reason. They're versatile, lightweight, and can be used for everything from creating a rainproof shelter to covering broken windows. But here's the catch: a tarp is only as good as your ability to anchor it. Grommets can tear, ropes can slip, and nails aren't always practical. Tarp clamps, however, grip like a vise, allowing you to create secure hold points anywhere on the fabric. Combine these clamps with industrial-strength zip ties, and you've got a toolkit capable of handling a wide range of challenges. Need to patch a broken window after a storm? Clamp plastic sheeting over the opening in seconds. Caught in the rain? Use a tarp, 4 clamps, and some paracord to create a windproof, waterproof tent in minutes. Dealing with a broken door or exposed vent? Zip ties can strap, bind, and seal with zero skill required. But their uses don't stop at shelter. Tarp clamps can be used to hang blackout curtains, create privacy dividers, or even seal off contaminated areas in a bug-in scenario. Zip ties are equally versatile, capable of fastening gear to packs, repairing broken tools, or even immobilizing objects in an emergency. In today's world, with extreme weather events becoming more common and emergency response times growing longer, having tools that offer flexibility and reliability is more important than ever. To prepare, stock up on a pack of 4 to 6 locking jaw-style tarp clamps and a variety of zip ties in different lengths. Store them with your shelter gear, in your go bag, and in your vehicle. Pro tip: test your clamps before you need them. Weak ones can break under pressure, so invest in contractor-grade options. Because when the next crisis hits, the simplest tools often solve the biggest problems. And tarp clamps and zip ties, they might just be the unsung heroes that keep you safe and secure. 4. The sanitation savior: toilet gel sealant and drain tape. When preparing for a crisis, most people focus on food, water, and power, but few stop to consider one of the most critical aspects of survival: sanitation. It's not glamorous, but when the sewers stop working, the consequences can be both unpleasant and dangerous. That's where a little-known but incredibly effective tool comes into play: toilet gel sealant and drain sealing tape. These simple items can protect your home and health when sanitation systems fail. In any disaster involving flooding, power outages, or grid failures, sanitation systems are often among the first to break down. If you're sheltering in place and the city's water or sewage systems go offline, your home could face a serious threat. Toilets can backflow raw sewage, methane gas, and harmful bacteria into your living space. This isn't just a gross inconvenience, it's a health hazard. Methane gas is flammable, and raw sewage is a breeding ground for bacteria and viruses that can make you and your family seriously ill. Toilet gel sealants, originally designed for RVs and boats, are a game changer in these situations. They create an airtight seal over your toilet bowl, preventing smells, leaks, and the infiltration of harmful gases. Similarly, drain sealing tape, often used by contractors and emergency responders, can cap floor drains, shower drains, and sink traps, keeping your home safe from backflow and contamination. These tools are compact, lightweight, and easy to use, making them an essential addition to any survival kit. Imagine a long-term sheltering scenario where you're stuck in your home for days or weeks without working plumbing. Without proper sanitation measures, your living space could quickly become uninhabitable. A $10, $20 investment in toilet gel sealant and drain tape can buy you precious time to figure out a long-term solution or safely relocate. Stock 1 or 2 toilet gel seal kits, rated for up to 72 hours of containment, and a roll of high-grade, non-permeable drain sealing tape. For added protection, consider rubber plumbing plugs for high-risk drains. Pro tip: practice sealing your drains and toilet before a crisis hits. It only takes a few minutes, and in an emergency, every second counts. Sanitation might not be the first thing on your mind when disaster strikes, but it's one of the most critical factors for staying healthy and safe. In a survival situation, the people who stay clean are the ones who stay in control. 5. The off-grid multitasker: Manual coffee grinder. At first glance, a manual coffee grinder might seem like a luxury item, something reserved for coffee enthusiasts or hipster. But in a survival scenario, this unassuming kitchen gadget transforms into a surprisingly versatile and powerful off-grid tool. And no, it's not just about caffeine, though that's certainly a bonus. Let's start with the obvious, coffee. In a crisis, maintaining a sense of normalcy can be a powerful morale booster. A familiar cup of coffee isn't just a comfort, it's a ritual that can help you stay grounded in the midst of chaos. While instant coffee might seem like the go-to option, it runs out quickly, and most people don't realize that whole coffee beans store far longer than pre-ground coffee. The catch? Without a manual grinder, those beans are practically useless. But the utility of a manual coffee grinder goes far beyond your morning brew. High-quality metal or ceramic burr grinders can crush dried herbs, seeds, spices, and even grains in small quantities. This is a game changer when you need to prepare food without power. In a grid-down scenario, you can use a manual grinder to turn wheat berries into flour, flax seeds into a nutritional boost, or oats into a meal. Unlike electric grinders, which are loud, fragile, and useless without power, a hand crank grinder is silent, durable, and it works just as well in your kitchen as it does in a cabin, vehicle, or tent. When choosing a manual grinder, look for a burr grinder rather than a blade grinder. Burr grinders crush more consistently and don't overheat, preserving the quality of whatever you're grinding. Opt for stainless steel or metal housing for durability, and make sure it has adjustable grind settings so you can switch between fine and coarse textures. Here's an often overlooked benefit. A manual grinder can also be a valuable barter item. In a prolonged crisis, coffee and spices are among the first luxuries people miss. With a grinder, you can process whole goods into tradable, usable forms, giving you a significant advantage in a barter economy. Pro tip: pair your grinder with vacuum-sealed bags of green, unroasted coffee beans, or whole grains. Stored properly, these items can last for years and taste fresh when everything else tastes like emergency ration. A manual coffee grinder might look like a simple kitchen tool, but in a survival situation, it's so much more. It's a source of comfort, a way to prepare food, and even a potential lifeline in a barter system. When the next crisis hits, this little gadget could be worth its weight in gold. 6 solar-powered light guardians, the hidden survival gem. When you think of solar garden lights, you probably picture them as decorative accents for your yard or pathway. But in a crisis, these unassuming lights transform into one of the most practical and underrated survival tools you can own. Especially if you choose models equipped with replaceable DE or AAA rechargeable batteries, solar garden lights can provide a renewable, reliable source of light when the grid goes down. Here's the reality. During a blackout, most people scramble for flashlights, candles, or gas lanterns. But these options come with limitations. Batteries run out, candles pose fire hazards, and gas lanterns require fuel. Solar garden lights, on the other hand, are a quiet, self-sustaining solution. Simply place them outside during the day, and by nightfall, you'll have a dependable light source without the need for matches, fuel, or constant attention. Not all solar lights are created equal, though. Many cheap models come with built-in lithium batteries that can't be replaced, meaning once the battery dies, the entire unit becomes useless. That's why it's crucial to invest in solar garden lights that use standard rechargeable battery. These allow you to swap out or manually recharge the batteries as needed, turning your lights into a long-term sustainable resource. Lighting in a crisis isn't just about visibility, it's about safety, morale, and mobility. Imagine navigating a pitch-black home at night, where every step could lead to a stubbed toe, or worse. A few strategically placed solar garden lights can illuminate walkways, room corners, and entry points, making your environment safer and more functional. They're also excellent for discreet outdoor use, providing a soft glow without the risks associated with open flames or the noise of a generator. For added versatility, you can remove the rechargeable batteries during the day and use a separate charger to power other essential devices like flashlights, radios, or headlamps. In essence, you've created a makeshift solar power station from a simple garden stake. To prepare, stock up on 6 to 10 solar garden lights with accessible battery compartments, along with extra NiMH rechargeable DE or AAA batteries. For even more flexibility, consider adding a small USB solar charger to your kit. Pro tip: keep a few solar lights in a sunny window year-round. Even during winter or when you're indoors, This ensures you always have backup lighting ready to go. In a survival situation, it's often the quiet, passive preparations like this that make the biggest difference. Solar garden lights may seem like a small investment, but when the grid goes down, they'll keep your world lit and your stress levels low. 7. The hygiene hero, portable bidet for crisis cleanliness. When disaster strikes, there's one item that vanishes from store shelves faster than almost anything else: toilet paper. But while the masses are panic buying rolls of TP, smart preppers are turning to a more sustainable, hygienic, and practical solution: a portable bidet. It might sound like a luxury at first, but in a long-term emergency, this small tool becomes a game changer for both your health and your resources. A portable bidet, whether it's a squeeze bottle or a cap attachment, is a compact device that turns any standard water bottle into a precision hygiene tool. With just a small amount of clean water, it provides a thorough rinse, eliminating the need for toilet paper or wipes. This isn't just about comfort, it's about survival. In a crisis, maintaining proper hygiene is critical to preventing irritation, infections, and other health risks, especially when water is limited or plumbing systems are compromised. Let's face it, running out of toilet paper is inconvenient, but relying on unsanitary alternatives can lead to serious problems. A portable bidet keeps you clean without creating waste, making it a zero-waste solution that's perfect for both bug-in and bug-out scenarios. Unlike toilet paper, which takes up valuable space in your emergency kit and creates trash that can attract pests, a bidet is reusable, compact, and easy to store. The benefits don't stop there. In a grid-down situation, flushing excess toilet paper can clog plumbing systems, especially when water pressure is low. A bidet eliminates this issue entirely, helping you avoid costly and unsanitary backup. It's also a valuable barter item. While most people stock up on wipes and paper, few think about long-term hygiene solutions. When their supplies run out, your reusable bidet will be in high demand, giving you a powerful tool for trade. To prepare, invest in a portable bidet cap that attaches to water bottles or a soft silicone squeeze-style bidet. For added convenience, consider collapsible water pouches to separate clean and dirty water. And here's a pro tip: practice using your bidet before you actually need it. Most models come with simple instructions, and it only takes 1 or 2 uses to get the hang of it. In a survival situation, staying clean isn't just about comfort, it's about staying healthy and alive. A portable bidet might be the smallest item in your emergency kit, but its impact is enormous. When toilet paper runs out and sanitation becomes a challenge, this $10 tool will keep you and your family safe, clean, and in control. Surviving the next crisis isn't just about stockpiling the obvious essentials, it's about thinking smarter, planning ahead, and equipping yourself with tools that solve problems most people overlook. The 7 products we've covered: calcium hypochlorite for water purification, pest control essentials, tarp clamps and zip ties for shelter, toilet gel sealant for sanitation, manual coffee grinders for off-grid versatility, solar garden lights for renewable lighting, and portable bidets for hygiene, aren't flashy, but they're game changers. Each of these items addresses a critical survival need, from clean water and safe shelter to lighting, hygiene, and even morale. They're compact, affordable, and easy to find before disaster strikes, making them accessible to anyone who wants to be prepared. While others scramble for last-minute supplies, you'll already have the tools to stay calm, clean, and in control. The truth is, survival isn't just about having the basics, it's about being resourceful and adaptable. These products give you an edge, helping you navigate the unexpected challenges that come with blackouts, natural disasters, or societal breakdowns. They're not just items, they're solutions that keep you safe, healthy, and ready for whatever comes next. So don't wait for the shelves to empty or the lights to go out. Start building your survival kit today with these essential tools. Because when the next crisis hits, it's not the people who panic that make it through, it's the ones who prepare. Stay smart, stay ready, and stay ahead.